This is Frankie Forsyth back here with another video, and this one is going to be on women only chase men who are chasing something else other than them. A lot of guys nowadays, they're so obsessed with putting so much value on how many women they can get, and they want to tell their friends that they got this woman, or they had sex with this woman, or this woman likes them, or they want to show society that they have a wife or something. And ultimately, a man wants children, right? So a lot of men, especially because a lot of women today, they don't really care about family, they don't really care about traditional values, so they end up having to be chased by men. Men have to, they feel like they have to do something more. They feel like they're not doing something right, or they're falling short in some way. And they are constantly, that's why there's so many channels on how to get women dating advice and stuff like this. It's one of the biggest businesses on YouTube and the internet. And porn is another huge business. I think, I don't know what percent, but a large percent of daily internet traffic is porn, because men are obsessed with getting something from women, or at least having that feeling that they're with a woman. And ultimately, this is because a woman is programmed from birth to chase men who are chasing something else other than herself, because she knows that she inherently knows that she is less than a man's purpose, because a man's purpose is beyond a woman's scope of intellect, really. Women cannot reach the deeper levels of philosophy. Women cannot reach the deeper levels of reality. That's why most philosophers, scientists, physicists, mathematicians, they're men, because men are the exceptional beings when it comes to intellect and knowing the secrets of the universe. And women have their blessings too from God, but they're very different in this way. So a woman is programmed to chase men who are I mean, these are just some examples, and I'm not telling you whether you should do any one of these or which one is right. I don't know, you guys can decide that for yourself. But a woman is programmed, and this will depend heavily on the woman and what she wants for her life, or what she feels like she needs. Like, a poor woman might chase a man who is chasing money, for example. A woman who's insecure and wants a man who is very coveted by other women, she will chase a man who's chasing other women or has other women. A religious woman will chase a man who's chasing God or his purpose. A woman who wants to maybe escape the matrix or create a better life for herself will chase a man with a vision of something like that. A woman who is very spiritual and after the deeper secrets of the universe, which she needs that masculine essence to have the access to that. And likewise, a man also needs the feminine essence. And this is what holy means. This is what it means to be holy, whole, to have a whole thinking, to have the right and left side of the brain, um, to have emotional and logical thought, and to combine that into basically spiritual intuition. But yeah, so a spiritual woman might chase a man who's after truth or knowledge. A woman who's, say, in the gym and is a very earthly woman is, maybe she faced like danger in her childhood or something. She might chase a man who's chasing strength. And a woman who's after wisdom might chase after a woman, or a man who's chasing after wisdom is in pursuit of wisdom. But ultimately, when a man starts chasing a woman, she knows that something is wrong. And whether that, I'm not a woman, so I can't say this for sure or not for sure, but she inherently knows that something is wrong with, that is not a masculine trait to chase a woman or always be after the next woman, or, like I said, you can chase other women as long as it's not her. She has to feel that you are not chasing her. She has to feel that your mind is somewhere else and not isn't completely on her. The moment your mind is completely on her and is completely obsessed with how you can get her and what you can do to get her, you already lost the game. And this is where a lot of guys go wrong because they think that it's a problem to be solved. It's a logical problem to be solved, but this is not the case. This is actually the opposite of what it is. What what really you need to do is it's not a problem to be solved on how can I solve this woman's how can I open this gate or how can I open this door. You have to ignore the door. You have to see the door. A woman is like a portal. You have to see the portal and still be on the narrow path of whatever you're chasing in life, whatever you want in life, whatever your purpose is. You have to chase that. You have to ignore the pleasures of a woman. You have to ignore the comfort of a woman. You have to ignore the things that she can bring into your life, even though these can be very great things. Like the Bible says, a man who finds a wife, a real wife, a woman who will add to his life finds a great thing because she will add what you give to her, she will increase tenfold. But ultimately, everything begins and ends in your mind. Your universe, your universe. And this is this symbol right here, if you guys know what this is. This is the Philosopher's Stone. As you can see, we have the shape of the circle, triangle, the square, and another circle inside. This outer circle is the outer spirit, the macrocosm, the outside world, the spirit of everything, the interconnectedness of, let's say, you and that woman, how everything is connected, or you and the world. You know, you come from dust and thou shalt return to dust. And as you can see inside, so this is kind of a recursive pattern. Inside we have another circle, which is your inner world, the microcosm, your universe inside of your mind. Because you can teleport basically anywhere in the world that you have been or you might know of by just thinking about it in your mind. Like I can think about a lake right now that I fish at, and I can imagine myself there fishing, maybe catching a fish right now. And I can do that. So this is ultimately what a woman is like gauging. She is gauging your inner world. She is gauging your microcosm, what your mind is focused on. Because if your mind is focused on her, then she's going to know that you're not headed somewhere. You're not going to be anybody significant in this world. You're not chosen by the divine powers of this world. You don't have the emotional regulation to set aside your desires, set aside your pleasures to chase something that is greater than that, greater than her. And ultimately, for a family, that's what you need. What is a family if the man is constantly trying to please a woman? That family is doomed. That family is bound to fail if the man is always trying to please the woman, because the woman is emotional. The woman is always here, there. She wants this, she wants that. You can never truly please a woman. So if you're always focused on trying to do something for a woman to get her to do something, like say get her to have sex with you or get her to do this for you, get her to give a massage to you or something like this, get her to give you love or appreciate you, if you're always trying to do things like this, then you'll always fall short. You know, they say the punishment of desire is the agony of unfulfillment. Your desires will eat you alive because you'll never be fully satiated. So ultimately, this has to start in the microcosm. This has to start in your mind where you are chasing something. This is why women chase guys who are like on semen retention or act like they don't see them. Like, this can be faked too. This is another thing. This can be faked, whether you want to fake it or not. That's between you and God, but this can be faked. You can, if you just simply just ignore a woman, especially if she's a very beautiful woman, she will do things to get your attention. Whether you, and this is the funny thing, whether you're handsome or not, this can actually work. This is why you see women with ugly men all the time. Whether that will last or not, that's another thing. But like, I'll tell you guys a story right now from when I was in college. I was nowhere near as attractive as I am now in college. Um, I wasn't going to the gym, really. I mean, I did a little bit in high school, but I wasn't going to the gym. I wasn't, I was literally, I was showering like once a week. I was obsessed with mathematics. I was just, that's what I was chasing at that time. I was obsessed with knowledge of mathematics and the universe because math is the language of the universe. So I was in these higher math classes as a freshman. I was in like sophomore and junior math classes. And I remember this one girl, she was very good looking. She would always try, she was wearing stuff like see through leggings and stuff. And I mean, this happened in a couple classes too. Always trying to get my attention, sitting right in front of me, getting up, pulling up her pants. I could basically see through her pants, always trying to get my attention. I never really, you have to give out your attention sparingly because your attention, like I said, you must be focused on something else. The microcosm must be on something else. You have to be headed in a place where that is certain because a woman is inherently uncertain. You have to be headed to a place which is certain. And like I said, I probably smelled terrible. I don't think I used cologne or deodorant. I was showering once a week. I would fucking wear the same clothes to bed that I wore the day before. I would sleep in my, like, shit like this. Like, I was living pretty dirty, bro. And that's why you see women with like bums and shit like this and homeless guys, and people wonder why. Like, oh my god, like, women say that they want clean men and clean cut men and men that take care of themselves and stuff like this, but then you see them with like thugs and street guys, bums, homeless people, and they have sex with these guys. Like, I remember this one story that this woman was outside of her house in a car. I heard about this on the internet, but she was in a car outside of her house. I'm pretty sure it was like a big house. Like, this guy had money that she was married to. She was outside of the house in the car having sex with a homeless man in her car outside of her house, right in her driveway. Like, you look at things like this and you wonder why. Because this homeless man, he's free from the world. He's not focused on these material possessions such as a woman, which that guy is. Like, he's probably doing a lot to please his wife. And this ultimately, for whatever reason, turns them off and makes them look in another direction. And that's what, I wrote right here. You see, you have, and this is a big problem today because, I mean, in past times we had tribes with, smaller amounts of people and smaller amounts of men. But women today, especially with the internet and stuff, dating apps, they have so many guys chasing after them that their head just gets so big and they see these guys as basically nothing. So the only guy is truly set apart by God, is the man who is walking his own path, is walking with God, or is chasing something else. It doesn't necessarily have to be God in this context. I mean, I think that's the righteous recommendation from me, but ultimately he's chasing something else, whether it be money or whether it be even other women sometimes, whether it be truth, wisdom, knowledge, a vision, freedom, freedom from society. This is who she looks up to because he is set apart from the world. And again, this is why I said women, this is why semen retention attracts women, because you are free from that free from those shackles of lust, free from those shackles that were placed on you. And this is another problem, were placed on you since you were a kid, especially today with like pornography and everything. Men are so shackled by lust and with the desire for a woman that it's very hard for them to focus on something else, and focus on something else that's meaningful and purposeful and will give you meaning to life. Because you can sit here and we can talk all day about the meaning of life, but really the meaning of life is what you give it, what the individual person gives it. And that's what I mean, like this will attract different kinds of women based on what they want. Like if this guy is chasing money, this is going to attract, you know, a woman that wants money for whatever reason. Maybe she grew up poor, maybe she needs money, maybe she wants a big family, maybe she wants like fucking 10 kids or something, right? You need a lot of money for that. So if this guy's chasing money, right? This guy's chasing money, obviously she's going to look at this guy that's going towards something, not going towards her. None of these guys are going to get the same results that this guy is, because these guys are focused on pleasure. And these guys will never, like I said before, the punishment for desire is the agony of unfulfillment. Here you have it right here. The more you desire something, the less you'll actually receive of it. And another drawing I have up here, you know, in the Bible it says the head of man is God and the head of a woman is her man. Now when you reverse this and you make the head of a man the woman, you know, the head of the man, what the man's head is focused on, the mind, right? What the mind is focused on, the microcosm, what that's focused on. If that's the woman, bro, she's going to eventually get out of there. She's eventually going to look at a guy that's focused on something else, which, I mean, this guy, whatever you're mainly focused on in life, that's what you view as God. So this guy who's only focused on money, people like, you know, like Andrew Tate and people who only chase money. I can't really think of any other examples right now. I don't know why. I don't really watch a lot of these guys because I don't care that much about money at this time in my life. But men who are focused on money, they will, and that's why you hear a lot of these guys complain about gold diggers and stuff like this, right? Because that's the kind of woman you're going to attract. If you're focused on money, you're going to attract women who are focused on money and are going to use you for your money. So that's why, you know, going back to the Bible, you know, the ultimate thing, if you want a real godly woman, a real wife, you have to be focused on God, because whatever you're focused on, she's going to chase a man that's focused on that. So if you want a woman that is a godly woman, you have to focus on God. There's no way around that. But I mean, if you want a woman who's, let's say you want a woman that's very physically attractive. Let's say you want a woman that has a very nice body. You have to be focused on your body. You have to be focused on the gym. You have to be focused on honing your health and your vessel. And a woman looks for a guy like that. Like a woman that are in the gym, there's a lot of women that are in the gym that are just looking for guys that are in the gym, looking for guys that they can relate to in that way, because a woman wants to connect with a man on a common goal, and ultimately she wants leadership from a man who's better than her. But like I said, guys, if you want a real wife, if you want a woman who is focused on family traditions and religious tradition and God, you need to be focused on God. You need to be chasing truth. You need to be seeking wisdom, divine wisdom. But yeah, this is where a lot of men go wrong today, is they're constantly focused on how can I get a woman? What can I do? I need to looks max. I need to do this. I need to do that. But ultimately, what you need to do is you need to focus on yourself and your purpose. And then whatever your purpose is, a woman that also shares that common interest in that purpose will find you. And that's when you can ultimately have what you want with women. And they will ultimately be in a submissive role, in a feminine role, because you are in your masculine. You are in your pursuit of something other than her. When a man is chasing a woman, you are in a feminine state. When a man is chasing a purpose, when a man is chasing something else, he is in his masculine state, and that's when the woman will be in her feminine. All right, that's it for today, guys. Let me know if you guys have any comments, questions, recommendations for any new videos, but I'll see you guys in the next one.